This video has been made possible by Rivets, the professional render service. Hey guys, and welcome back to a new video. Well, today we're going to do something that is somewhat time realistic. I've been asked to model a Hellenistic helmet. So that is the period, let's say, between the death of Alexander the Great and the rise of the Roman Empire. Okay, so yeah, I hope it turned out okay, but you can check it out for yourself. This is part 1 of 2, and have fun with it. Okay, here we go. Okay guys, here we go. So this is the object that I want to model. I received this image with the question whether I could model it, and you know, it's kind of tricky because this is basically the only clean view that I have, a clean side view. Ideally speaking, I would need a front view, top view, and rear view. I received a couple of more images, but they're all at an angle, so I'll see if I can make it work with this image. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with this top semi-sphere part here. So for that, we're going to take a polygon sphere, and we're going to switch views. We're going to switch to this view. We're going to hit R to scale that up. And what I'm going to do is turn on my X-ray here. So we can hit W and move that into position until we roughly have the correct outline. And let's see, I'm going to hit W to move that a little bit. That seems to be pretty close. Okay, I'm gonna right click at a face. I'm gonna drag, select, and delete the faces at the bottom there. So that should give us our basic round shape. And keep in mind that whenever you have a image of, for example, this at the side view, that it's not always gonna flow the way it looks like in the original. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now we have a couple of beveled edges going on in our original here. So I'm going to hit Q on my keyboard. I'm going to right click, go to edge, double click on that one, and that one, and then I'm going to go to edit mesh and bevel, and we'll set the fraction to 0.1, which should help. Let's see here, 2 out of 3 is not bad. And what we'll do here is we'll take that one. Actually, I need to add one for that. Let's go to insert edge loop, and we'll do it that way. Let's see if they're level. Looks like pretty close. Yeah. I'm going to Q on my keyboard, and I'm going to right click and go to face, select and shift double click. Same here. And same here. Okay, we're gonna hit Control E to extrude, and we're gonna increase the thickness to, let's say, 0.2, 0.1, maybe less, 0.05. That looks a bit better, 0.05. Okay, now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna right click, go to object mode, and we're going to hit 3 to preview smooth it, which will give us something like this. And that seems okay to me. Yeah, so that's good. So I'm going to hit 1 to go back. We're not just there yet. The reason being that we need to create that front section there, but I'll just grab my reference image, hit W and push it back a little. So what we're going to do first is we're going to focus on the thing on top here, okay? Okay, so that thing on top, we're going to model that manually, and you see that there is kind of a strip of material wrapped around it, so we'll deal with that later. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take a polygon cube, we're going to jump to this view, and we're going to set that on top, and we're going to move that over, F to zoom in. 5, let's see, we'll turn on off our X-ray, and what we're going to do is we're going to right click at a vertex, drag select that vertex right there, and we're just going to start to get them in place based on what we have so far. So let's do that, and then we'll hit 4 for wireframe mode. But I'm afraid you guys won't be able to see it if I do that. So what we'll do is we'll do it this way, and then we'll come back and clean it up once we're done. At least this way you guys can see it better, okay? So I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to right click on the face, select that face, Control E to extrude, W to pull out, like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to kind of bring that in like so, and we're going to focus on the top row there, and we'll come back and we'll fix the bottom, okay? So G to repeat, W to pull out, G to repeat, W to pull out, and as we do that, we're going to start to rotate a little bit. So just hit E and rotate that. G to repeat, W to pull out, and again, E to rotate, and W, G to repeat, W to pull out, and again, E to rotate, W to push down, G to repeat, W to pull out. Okay, you get the idea, right? I'm not going to keep on repeating that. Getting there. Have to zoom in. E to rotate that a bit more. Let's keep on going. Rotate that a little bit like so, and hit W and just raise that up slightly. Okay, so that seems to be okay, and then we're going to hit 4 for wireframe mode, and we're going to check out the vertices on this guy. So we're going to go to vertex, okay, and we're going to be careful with snapping because we're not quite sure how that will look. I'll just hit 5 for shaded mode and turn back on my X-ray so you guys can see it slightly better. But obviously what we're doing here is we're following that curve. Especially in this area, there's a lot to be done. I'm just pushing these roughly into place so I can get in closer and get a good fit. I'm gonna turn that off again. Let's see. It's just kind of hard to see, so just trying to see if I can find the best angle. According to this view, this would be the right angle, but I'm not convinced. And you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to see where that gap is. I think this should be pretty good. Obviously it's way too thick, so we're gonna right click at object mode. We're gonna hit R, we're gonna push that in. And as I really don't know how thick that is, I'm gonna go with this. Okay, so what we need to do next is to get that edge going on there. So I'm just trying to see what the best way is to approach that. What I would want to try is go to insert edge loop, and then let's see. No, I'm not going to do that. Hit Control Z. You can see that we have a little issue there. Let me think. Yeah, I want to have these little openings. You see that it's kind of riveted together where there's space between this surface and that surface. So the way I want to approach that is to right click at a face, and I'm going to select all of these faces here, and I'm going to hit Control E to extrude. I'm going to tweak that thickness, actually not the thickness, the offset first, like that. Let's try 0.1 maybe. Let's see. Still not convinced, guys. Just give me a sec here. Okay, what we're going to do first is the thickness. So 0.1 on the thickness. A little bit less. 0.03 maybe. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and select that face row. That will go all the way around. Okay. And I'm going to hit Control E to extrude. Now I'm going to tweak the offset. And still not what I want. Thickness, yeah, that's the one I want. Okay. 0.02 maybe. Let's see. 0.02. Let's try 0.03. Even better. Maybe even more than that. 0.04. Okay, that's what we're going to go with, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to take that entire edge row. We're going to hit Control E to extrude and W to pull down. And as we do that, we will have to tweak that a little bit. And you can see that here. So what we're going to do is we're going to open that up, and then we'll see what we need to fix at the back end there. So that's not bad. And this is, so let's see if we can, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this in so we don't have to fix that back end too much. And I'll just slightly bring that back up. Like so, not too much. Trying to find a balance here. Okay, and now that we have that, what we can do is go back in and we're going to hit 4 for wireframe mode. Oh, you guys can't see that. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to right click at a vertex, and I'm going to start to align these vertices. Okay, it's a little bit tedious And keep in mind that this helmet is more than likely handmade, considering its age and so forth. You just want to get these vertices or these edges actually kind of aligned with the ones we have below, okay? Okay, let's have a closer look. See if that looks okay. Now, here in the front it goes all the way down. We can decide to do that, although I must say that this looks a bit cooler. But if you want to do that, add an edge loop right here. Actually, we'll do it. We'll try to stay authentic. Okay. So I'm going to go to insert edge loop. Let's add one somewhere around here. I have to zoom in. Let's see if I got the right approach here. Hit Control Z to go back. Yeah. I'm going to go in and take this face, that face, and that face. Hit Control E to extrude. And we're going to pull that down. And then just have a look here. I want to pull it down so it's sitting on my helmet here. Let's try and keep that parallel with that line here. And then we're going to right click and go to vertex. Take these vertices, hit W. And we're going to, let's see when it cuts into that geometry. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, looks good to me. Good. Here in the back, depending on smoothing, we'll see how that looks. Okay, so we need to, let's permanently smooth that. So we're going to go to Mesh and Smooth, which will give us that. Yeah. Let's try smoothing this. You can see that that needs some work, but that's fine. What we're going to do there is we're going to select this guy, hit Control H to hide it. Okay, we're going to right click at our vertex, take these vertices, hit W, push that up and out, like so. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to go to insert edge loop again. Got some pushed out right there. Q on my keyboard. 3 to preview smooth. That looks much better, with the exception of this corner right here. So hit 1 to go back. And let's see, I want that held. So we're going to go back to our edge loop here. Put one in right there, and right there. Q on a keyboard, 3 to preview smooth. I have to do one down here. That should help. And it does. Okay. So we have that, and we're going to go to display and show all to get all of that back. I'm going to take these two guys and go to, actually let's see if this one is actually smooth. Not yet. We're going to go to Mesh and Smooth, and then I'm going to select both and go to Mesh and Combine. Alright. So that's what we have so far. Let's see if we need to tweak anything. Yeah, we got some openings there. So we're just going to hit Control Z. I'm going to go back to Mesh and Separate. I'm going to take this guy, hit W. We're going to slightly push it down, but always be careful with that. And then I'm going to select this guy, and we're going to go to Mesh, Boolean, and Union. So we don't have anything cutting through that. Okay. All right. So now that we have this part, let's focus on the section that's coming out of the helmet here. So we need to define where that starts. Let's get this camera out of the way. Okay, that's fine. So it's starting somewhere around here. So I'm gonna right click at a face, just like those faces, and it's moving its way back there. Okay, so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So with that selected, it's actually on this grid line, which is perfect. Right click at a face, and we're just gonna take this row here and of course it's taking the front row, which is kind of annoying. So we're going to work our way over to this position right here. There we go. Okay. So now if we hit Control E to extrude, and we hit W to go down, and we pull that down, you can see that we have that section right there. That's what we want. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to initially bring that down to about here, and then we're going to turn on our X-ray. We're going to right click, go to vertex, and I'm going to take that and bring that way up here. And of course we're going to try to get close to this guy if we can. Okay, and it seems that these guys need to flare out quite a bit. Okay, so I'm going to take this, going to push that down, take that, push that down, and take that and slightly push that up. Okay, now you can see that this is kind of curved. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in, insert edge loop, and let's hit W and push that down. It's actually not the effect that I want, so I'm going to Control Z to go back. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go to my modeling toolkit, and I'm going to go to my multi-cut tool. Okay, so that way I can go from here to, let's say, here, and then from here to here, and from here to here. Okay, hit Q on my keyboard. I'm going to right click at a vertex. First let's move this, and then we're going to go in here and start to move that in a little. Okay, and let's try to clean up these vertices a little bit. Looks a bit better. And yeah, we'll take these and that one. So let's see what we got so far. Okay, so we're gonna right click at object mode. And 3 to smooth that. and it looks okay. Hit 1 to go back. Now I'm going to try something. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let's see, is that going to work? I'm going to give it a try. Okay, I'm going to go into my multi-cut tool again, and then I'm going to start there. And I'm going to work my way around like so. And try to get somewhat of an even edge. Okay, and we're going to hit enter, which gives us that. And then we're going to go in, we're going to right click, get a face. Come on. Like so. We're going to hit Control E to extrude. Let's do 0.2 on the thickness. That's a bit too much, maybe. 0.1. Yeah, that's probably better. Right click object mode. We're going to hit 3 to preview smooth. Yeah, that kind of looks okay. We're going to hit 1 to go back. We might want to bring these down a little bit, so we're going to go to vertex, drag select these, hit W and slightly bring that down. That's too much. Let's see what the problem is there. I'm going to hit B on my keyboard. That way I got a little bit more control. So that looks better. The detailing on the ear flaps here, I'm going to do that in Mudbox. So I'm going to select this guy. And we're going to go to Mesh and Smooth once again. Still got my B on, B soft select. So that is our high poly part here for this whole section. We need to create some rivets for the top of the helmet there. So let's do that. We'll go in, take a polygon sphere, and hit W, pull that out. And let's see, we're going to cut it in half. So from our top view, we'll get this out of the way. We're going to right click at a face, drag select this, and delete it, and delete that as well. Then we're going to go in, we're going to go to Mesh and Smooth, and now we're going to hit W and we're going to move that in for wireframe. R to scale that down quite a lot, and then we're going to jump in here and we're going to start to put them in place. Okay, so we're going to move up, move over, F to zoom in, R to scale down, way down, like that. Okay, we'll have a look here, hit F to zoom in, see where we're at. Okay, so we got one. Hit Control D to duplicate, move over and move down. Shift D to do another one. We'll do one here. Control D to do another one. And we'll get them in place when we're done. Okay? So let's see, somewhere around here. Let's just hit, just gonna hit 4 so I can see where they're at. Okay, we're gonna hit Control D to duplicate. Let's move that over, move that down. Control D to duplicate. Move over and move down. Control D once again. Like so. Control D once again. Like so. Okay. Let's have a look at our original model here. You can see that there's one that we need to reposition. This guy we'll bring over to about there. They all seem to be right with the exception of this one. Let's have a look at our image. So it seems that we've got two of them there, so that's fine. So we're going to do slightly smaller one, simply because these are handmade, so we got a good opportunity to show that off. Control D to duplicate. We're going to move this up and over to, let's say about there. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, and actually they seem a bit smaller even right there, so that's good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take these guys, so we're going to select this and deselect that. Okay, we're going to go to mesh and combine. We're going to go to modify freeze transformations and edit delete by type history. And let's see, the pivot is okay. Then we are going to go to edit, duplicate special, option box. We want an instance in Z, so hit apply. Yeah, nice. We can now bring that in from that end. Go to our top, hit F to zoom in, and see whether we have a clean positioning. Okay, let's minimize that. All seems to be okay so far. And now we have these rivets, or whatever they're called, going around our helmet here. But we first need to do this section, okay? I'll just cut the video here and we'll go on in the next one, okay?